Hey, welcome and join your blended family, all the B-fams out there. What is up?
Wow.
Ooh, had a little cat scratch fever happening there. That's pretty exciting. If you're not on the YouTube, then let me give you just a brief description.
Do.
So, Milady is wearing a cat mask with some whiskers, a black cat mask, and I do have a crown on my head. So I have been knighted king. Been knighted king. Yes. So I am. We're calling me King Randall right now. We might go with King Tandy. Not sure. I will debate that, and then I'll get back with everyone and let them know which way I go.
And you probably know why we're wearing costumes, because if you're listening to this in real time, it's right before
Halloween. So did you like that?
It's an interesting little
So we thought it would be special for our Halloween episode that we share, because this is a fun Friday. We got to keep it fun. We have 4 things you can do to spice up your Halloween with your blended family. Are you ready?
That sounds creepy.
Oh, we'll be back in just a minute. Stay tuned.
All right. Well, are you ready to get in today's?
I am. I'm ecstatic. I am nightly ecstatic.
I love your analogies.
Do you see my crowns? I got some jewels happening
there. Yes.
My crown's a little crooked. It's been in stores for a minute, but it's okay.
Well, today's theme, it really is like a themed type thing. And we haven't talked about this in a while, but it's one of my favorite pastimes. And I know our family really enjoys it. And it's something that you can morph and make for your family. And that is taking a movie that your family loves, a movie that maybe is popular right now, or a movie that's a classic, just something.
It's a classic.
Yeah, and we're going to give you some examples, so stay ready for that to the end. But we're going to use some of these movies. You're going to pick one, and then you're going to theme your whole event around that. But before we get into all like the details of the fun part, let's talk just a little bit blended family holidays, because we know when we have blended family holidays, we can't, unless you have a very wonderful co-parenting going on, we can't all have our children on the actual holiday.
Yeah, it's very rare that happens. If that is your dynamic, then awesome. We give you kudos. Props and all that. Jazz hands, we'll give you some jazz hands that go along with that. Because that's really good if you can do that. But if we're getting real, a lot of us can't. And that's where it's like, okay, well, what do we do? And so just really talking on that for a minute, it's one of those things to where if you have your kids, let me say it this way. We always say what we've learned, and we learned this the hard way. This is through blood, sweat, and tears. But celebrate who's there with you. A lot of times as parents, it's easy for us when we don't have our kids to sit in mourning, and we let that ruin our holidays. We let that ruin our mood, our day, our weekend, whatnot, because we wished our kids were there. And I get that, right? I've been there, but we can't control that, right? No. And so we always say control what you can, and we can always control our actions and what we do. So whenever you choose to say, you know what, sure, my kids aren't here, it sucks, but you know what, I'm going to have a good time anyways. I'm going to celebrate who's with me. Maybe you have some of your kids there. Maybe you got your bonus kids there. Maybe it's just you and your wife or your spouse that's there. We're going to celebrate. We're going to find ways that we can make that joyful and, enjoy what we're doing.
And there really are benefits in both. I mean, you have the kids, you get to go out and enjoy that, getting them ready in the costumes, taking them out. We always did a trunk or treat with our church, so going and helping out there and letting the kids go around. So you get to enjoy that. But let's be real, there's also chaos and craziness that comes along with that. So if you don't have the kids, you get to avoid that. Or if you don't have the kids, it might save you like $500 because you're not passing out candy.
Candy's expensive. expensive.
Man, we tried doing that. I think maybe 1-2 years in the neighborhood, which is very popular
Spent
neighborhood.
like hundreds of dollars on candy. And it's like, whoa.
And it still
Wait a minute.
wasn't
we
enough
still ran out.
candy. It was crazy.
And I didn't even get my Snickers, y'all.
So we got to the point where it's like, let's shut the light off. If it's just the two of us, let's close up and watch a movie together. So that became our time. Or maybe it's just adults. Invite some other adult friends over and make the most of it. So these ideas that we share with you today, this is something that you can use on the day of, with or without your kids. Or if you really want to have your kids there present, you don't have to do it on October 31st. You can pick another day and make that y'all's celebration for you and your family. There's events happening all over. There's usually like trunk or treats or some sort of carnivals happening all around during this time. So pick a different day and make that be the day y'all dress up and then do these family fun things.
And sometimes that's just fun for the kids because now they get a double dose. They get more candy. They get more holiday joy. So that's always fun. And I think that can be one of those things we get stuck on is, it's got to be on that day. And when we can release ourselves from that and be flexible, then it really does take the stress out of the holidays, and it gives us a little something special for our family and our family dynamics. So yeah, it's no matter what, and if it's only part of your kids that are there, celebrate those relationships and use that time to really bond with each other. So it's so special, but that's the hard part, right? That's the hard part, is being a blended family. Whenever we can get over that mourning period and say, you know what, instead of me mourning and just ruining my day and ruining everyone else around me, let me just celebrate and choose joy with who's there with me. And you do that, and man, I'm telling you, it just changes your family. It takes all the stress out, really changes you on the inside. It's a powerful thing. So these things, we're going to share 4 things that these are ideas you can use, whether it's on the day, whether it's on, that flex day that you're choosing to celebrate the holiday, however you want. These are just some ideas to really spice up his Halloween, y'all. What? I don't like that.
I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. I'm still trying to decide. I like you.
Thank you.
King Randall.
I like you too.
I like you.
So the first one we're talking about movies. So as you had said earlier, pick a favorite movie and let's use that as something that we're building a theme around.
Yeah, and like right now, Hocus Pocus 2 is like the big movie that's out. Everybody's doing all of these parties that are focused around that. Me and my girls, we're going to plan something coming around there. It's coming up this weekend, so I haven't nailed down all the details, but we're like a week late. We had to move the date. We had to be flexible because of our schedule. And so I got to see so many great ideas that came out around that, different things to serve, different ways to dress up, and then just enjoy the day. And so each of these things, you just pick that movie. And again, by the end of this, we're going to give you a list of 15, 20 movies that you can pick from, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, oh, how about that one? You're going to have so many movies, you're going to have to okay, which one?
And we're going to have my favorite. I'm going to share my favorite at the very end.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a secret weapon, secret
I have
holiday
whiskers on
Halloween weapon. So yeah, I'm going to share that one at the end, and yeah, that's going to be everyone's go-to.
All right. Well, I can't wait to hear what that is. So you're going to pick that movie, and then anytime you can add costumes, this is part 2 to this, anytime you can add costumes to your day, it just makes it more fun. Just like right now, I said, hold on, I'm going to go to the restroom, and I come back with costume props.
It's like you didn't go to the restroom. You ain't got costumes.
I did, but...
What the what?
But with the way my
It's
brain...
going to mess up my hair.
What the what? When you can find costumes, this doesn't have to be stuff that you go out and you're buying new costumes just to go with this theme of the movie. Use the things you have. A lot of times your kids' old Halloween costumes are laying around, or different things that you used for whatever.
Or maybe you got an outfit that you wore in the 70s or 80s or 90s or something, and that's costume now.
That is true. If you've been holding onto your clothes that long, then this is the time to bust that out.
It out.
So once you decide on that movie, be thinking like, well, what could I do that just spruces that up a little bit? And even if you do want to buy a couple little props, like usually when you're buying like little like ears or something, it costs like $1 or something at the dollar store. So just to give it a little something and use some makeup to spruce that up. And then the third thing, Randall's favorite.
Food. You got to have food. So we got the movie, right? And then you're building a theme off of that. You got costumes, just whatever goes along with the movie. And then food. So what you're really looking at doing is, if you've never seen the movie, Google is your best friend. Google food movie, the movie's name.
Yeah, food in Hocus Pocus.
Food in blah, blah, blah. If you've seen the movie, then you're remembering what that was. Or a quick Google search just helps and speeds along the process anyways.
Or sometimes I'll even put the movie on in the background while I'm doing other stuff, just so it catches my eye if I can't find anything on Google, just to see. Usually movies have them eating at some point in the movie. And we're going to give you some samples of that with the movies in just a bit.
I remember this time we did Point Break, and we
talk
had
about that a lot.
meatball subs. Give me two. Give me two.
You have to be a fan of that
Oh,
movie
my
to know
goodness.
what that is from.
So it's just picking a movie and picking some food, whatever it was. Maybe it was a dessert. Maybe it was a full course meal. Maybe it was a snack, you know, whatever. But you take that and then you build your dinner around that, or your lunch, whatever you choose to do with this.
Yeah, so I mean, you have your movie, and this can spread out throughout the whole day. You can make a weekend of this, or just that short evening, just how much time you have. But you know, if you're going to watch a movie, you got to give about an hour and a half, right? And you are not talking during the movie. So this way it helps bring in that engagement and connecting and making those memories before or after as well. When you're bringing in the costumes, it brings in that laughter. When you're sitting around and you're making the food together, don't feel the pressure of making all this yourself. Get the family involved. Get them in the kitchen with you and have them help make some of these treats. And then
that's always been some of the funnest parts, is whenever the kids are getting involved and they're helping out, they're helping make this stuff. Or we've even, as our kids have gotten older, it's like, okay, we start delegating, you make this, you make that, and giving them a little responsibility in it. And they love that whenever we're able to give them responsibility and just a grocery list, or you're doing it all together, kind of like Thanksgiving meal, you know, you're all in there and just piling up and laughing, having fun. That's memory making at its finest.
and then you get to eat as well, so that makes it
good.
even better. And then the last thing that you can do, which it's really one of my favorite parts, I think, is pick an activity that took place in the movie throughout the whole movie. It doesn't have to be something big, like just going off of Randall's Point Break
Everybody go surfing.
topic. You can go surfing or go to the beach if you don't have a surfboard,
Or the beach.
so you're pulling one
Or a pool, if
thing.
it's because you don't live near a beach.
That is
So
true.
you're getting creative, right? It's like, okay, the whole thing's around water. Let's go find a pool, or let's go find a lake, or let's go find the pond in my neighbor's yard or something. You know, I mean, you're just getting creative and making it happen.
Yes, for sure. So we're going to give you a few examples with this running list of movies that we have, and we're just going to pull out a few of those things that just come to our mind, like
That way it gets
So,
your wheels spinning.
yeah, and you can start thinking and be like, oh, yeah. And that's I don't know if we said this, I cannot remember because Randall and I were discussing this beforehand, but this does not have to be a scary movie. It does not, especially if Halloween is something you're like, my family doesn't celebrate Halloween. This can just be a family night based around a movie theme in costumes. You don't have to label it and celebrate these other things that go against your beliefs, or if you don't like scary stuff like Randall.
I don't like scary stuff. I used to watch scary stuff when I was younger because I was forced. And then I became king and I could make my own decisions. And I'm like, I don't like it.
The truth is,
I
he
don't
watched
like it.
Poltergeist when he was
I
little,
did.
and it scared
It
him.
ruined me.
Children in scary movies creep
Okay,
them
I think
out.
I was like 10, probably 9 or 10 when that movie came out. And yeah, I was allowed to watch that, and it ruined me forever. I would never go into my room without reaching my hand around the door to turn on the light switch. I would not walk into a dark room after that. Never been a big fan since then, and it's like, yeah, it's just not my thing.
Yeah, when him and I, because
Take me to my happy place. I'm going to go to my happy place.
I grew up and I was able to watch whatever. So we were watching like the actual, what you would consider like your 90s classic scary movies. And I'm not recommending that to you or your family. I'm just saying that's what I grew up with. And you name them, I watched them. And so when we got together though, and he wasn't into scary movies, then we decided to raise the kids not watching scary stuff. So if they watch something like Monster House or Goosebumps or Coraline, those things were like creeping them out because they were not used to the scary stuff.
But now I think they've advanced. They've kind of make their own choices.
Oh, now they watch things that are way beyond what we think is appropriate or they should watch because they are young adults and they make their own decisions now. But anyway, so I just wanted to put that disclaimer. These movies do not have to be scary movies. And the ones we give you, most of them aren't. They're more like family friendly. And that's actually what I typed into good old Google is family friendly movies.
Family friendly Halloween. So are y'all ready? Are y'all excited? This is going to be a great list.
I think so.
Let's give it to them.
Hang on. We'll be right back.
It's time to have some more blended family fun. Yeah, are you ready?
What was that?
I've been really working on this song. What do you think?
Sure. It's great, babe.
Well, it goes along with how to enjoy your blended family. You know, the 5 dates to discover fun in your step family, the greatest thing since sliced bread for blended families.
Okay, I get it now. I feel your excitement, but why don't you tell them about it instead of singing it to them?
Wow, okay, shut me down. Why don't you? All right, let me try. When you have more fun together, you see less blended family drama. But we can get so caught up in life and problems that we miss out on really enjoying our family. So we'll walk you through 5 dates where you'll discover more fun your family loves and have a great plan to keep it going. How's that?
Pretty good. Short and sweet. I know that got them way more excited about all the fun possibilities they can experience with their family than your song did.
What? Seriously?
Well, you could have also told them that it not only creates more fun in their whole family doing this, but it also adds more fun in their marriage and gives them new ways to connect with their kids individually. It's also great for building that step-parent relationship. You could have said all that too.
I don't think you really appreciated all the work that I put in on that song.
Anyways, How to Enjoy Your Blended Family, 5 Dates to Discover Fun in Your Step Family is available for you today. Discover more fun and you'll see less problems. The link to get started is in the show notes of this episode.
Have more fun with your blended family and go on these 5 dates today. You'll be so glad you did. Yeah, yeah.
Really? You had to go there again. Let's get back to this episode. Anyway, so we talked about Hocus Pocus already.
Hocus Pocus.
So take that one and run with it. Hocus
Pocus, fun and focus. Do they do that? Don't they do like some funny sayings?
I think they do some funny
well, there you go.
sayings.
And then your kids can run around doing all, Hocus Pocus makes me smokus.
Oh, goodness. You're a fun guy.
Fun
guy. So, like in Hocus Pocus, one of the things in the party is they have cider. So cider, when it starts getting cold, it's one of those drinks, a nice warm drink.
I do love some apple cider.
That you can have. And then if you are on Instagram or any kind of social media, you're seeing this, I can't say the word, charcuterie board?
A charcuterie.
Charcuterie
board.
That looks like
would you like a charcuterie?
The 3 main characters, and it's made out of fruits.
Have you had your charcuterie today?
Yes.
Fruits and cheeses.
Oh, you are going all over the place.
Make sure you get your fruits and cheeses.
Okay, we're gonna have to move
and little meats.
A little faster than that.
little pickles.
Okay, a classic for us that we love that we watched not too long ago is Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Don't say it.
Don't say it.
I didn't.
Beetlejuice.
What? It's such a good movie. I love that one.
And we did a Winona Ryder kick before Riley moved. And so we were watching all Winona Ryder movies. And so that being one of the classics and favorites. And this is just one of those good old Halloween-ish or anytime kind of movies. It has just a little bit of like ghosty kind of things in it, but still family friendly-ish. And so just taking that theme, we know there's the magic scene where they're all like sitting around the table and the whole, what's the song?
It's the
Tallyman, is it that one? Daylight
come and me want to go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me want to go home.
Yes. So that scene, they're eating like these shrimp. Cocktails.
Oh,
and the shrimps like
shrimp
come
cocktails.
alive and come out. So, having shrimp as a part.
Do a shrimp cocktail. Shrimp cocktail pate.
Yeah, you can have, and I think there's a scene where Beetlejuice
and if your kids don't like that, you're morphing this, right? Maybe they don't like the boiled shrimp, then you're doing fried shrimp, or maybe having a mix, so something that maybe is a little more kid friendly, but you're just taking the idea, tweaking it to fit your family.
Yeah, and there's another scene where he's like going to make them something Italian or whatever when he's trying to convince them to like let him out of the little model house neighborhood, whatever. So, you could make something Italian. So you can find different scenes to do stuff like that. And then so with that same thought process of like what you can do, you're picking one activity out of this. So just off the top of my head, one of the things that I know is like this little model town. So you could get some Legos if you have your kids that love building and build a little model town.
Yeah. So all kinds of options. So if I'm just on the fly thinking of that, what was one thing that they did? They really dancing. I love the scene at the end where they kicked on the dancing and they were just kind of danced to the music.
Yeah, like doing the train thing.
Yeah, so maybe having a little dance party or something like that, or kick on a song and everybody just bust into dance. That's always fun. So.
Yeah, so that's just a couple things. We're not going to do that for all of the movies, but just off the top of our head, Stranger Things.
Now, we're going to give a disclaimer on this one. I feel like we have to, just because when season 1 came out, it was a lot of hype. We didn't
didn't get into
it until later on because everybody was like, oh my God, it's so good. And so we watched it and I'm like, this is really cool. They did, for me, they did such a great job. And then season 2 came. It was a little scarier. Season 3, I think they're on season 4. But yeah, each season progressively gets more horrific, if that's probably the better terminology.
Yeah, the last season was
just know that going into it. You're already kind of invested in the characters, and they pull you down. Like I'm like a horror weenie. Like I don't do those, but that one I could tolerate. Because I had already, me and the characters were like this. We were tight, and I felt their pain. I've been with them for many years now, and, we were just going to conquer this thing together. Good always wins.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And just off the top of my head, a couple things I know, like as far as food, when I think of Stranger Things, the classic waffles is something
Lego
in there.
my ego.
And then there's the skating rink scene.
Yes.
That's taking place. So maybe you go out skating, as a family activity. So see what you're doing here. You're just pulling something out of there. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. If you have little kids and you could just do pumpkin carving, pumpkin food themed.
So yeah, it's really, this can be cartoons, this can be old classics, it could be new age, whatever. Just pick a movie and then you're just pulling these things out. You're pulling the food out, you're pulling some costumes out, kind of like Stranger Things. If everybody wants to put a little red around their noses and everybody just got the bloody nose thing.
You want to shave your head off, but she grew her head back.
Yeah, or maybe just get bald caps. Everybody wears bald caps.
maybe that.
With bloody noses.
So now I'm just going to list the movies, all right?
Okay, list the movies.
So
give them to me.
Casper
the Friendly Ghost.
That was a classic when I was younger. Hotel Transylvania.
Hotel Transylvania.
Our kids loved that one. Addams Family.
The Addams Family.
That one, I think they make them in every generation. And I think they just remade that one too, right?
I don't know.
Maybe. I think they did. I think it's like
they're
a thing
always
right
remaking
now.
That one.
I do think they are. Ghostbusters.
Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. Da-na-na. Yeah, I don't have that.
And
tune in
that's a
my
fun
head,
kid
but-
one.
Oh man, that is. Yeah, I love Ghostbusters.
We did a movie
Oh, my
theme
goodness.
because they had the new one
Now
come
the
out.
old Ghostbusters was my jam, but I tell you the new one that came out, the
Yeah.
newest one, when they kind of brought them back, I'm like in the movie theater with tears in my eyes. They brought which one was it? Spankter? Yeah, Spankter.
I don't know their names.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm like tearing up and everything, going, I miss you, buddy. It was so good. But yeah, I thought they did a really good job on that.
Yeah,
But
it was a really good
Ghostbusters.
movie. And then
Man,
yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch that one later.
again.
I'll tell you what, guys. I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna go watch Ghostbusters. No, I'm kidding. I'm still here.
But yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep going. You ready for me to keep going?
Keep going. Keep going.
All right,
We only
this
got a couple
one-
left. Couple
this well, we have 5 more. This one is not my favorite. I actually don't think I've ever watched it, and you're probably gonna be shocked. The Nightmare Before Christmas.
more. The Nightmare.
I'm not-
Before
who's the
Christmas.
person?
A Tim Burton.
I'm not a Tim Burton
film.
fan, even though our oldest, she is a Tim Burton fan. I'm
I've
not
actually
a fan.
seen it. It is okay.
Yeah, I don't
But
know
yeah.
why. I
Yeah,
just thought
it's-
it was, to me, it was weird that they took Christmas and made it into something, but maybe that's not even what happened. I don't know. So you can take that and run with it. Little Shop of Horror.
Little Shop of Horror.
Oh, it's another
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
another classic. I could not find a food to go along with that one when I was looking. So you just have to eat body parts. No
Oh,
big deal.
spaghetti. It's a spaghetti night.
Yeah, there we go. Twilight. Our girls, when they're just feeling in the slumps, for some reason they love watching Twilight, the vampire.
Whole glittered vampire people.
Yes, and just do a whole.
It is. You get caught up into it. I ain't gonna lie. It's like, where do you do? Do you go towards the vampires or towards the wolves? I don't know, because they both are pretty awesome. But whatever. It's not that I ever watched it or nothing.
Yeah, just all the time. No big deal. All right, next, Goonies.
Goonies. Oh my goodness.
Absolute cool.
Baby Ruth. Me junk. Yes.
So
That's
take that and
Give me some
run
Goonies.
with
give me
it.
some Goonies.
The Monster Squad. Do you know the Monster
I
Squad?
don't know the
I didn't really know the Monster
watch
Squad
that one.
either, but that one was one that was very popular. E.T.
Oh my goodness. E.T. phone home.
E.T. phone home.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
That is another one. They have a lot of bike riding in E.T. So
And it's based around Halloween. They have the whole ghost. They put them in a ghost outfit.
yes.
Oh my goodness.
There's a whole scene with them dressing up. She dresses them up to look like
So
a
good.
girl. So, I
So
mean,
good.
just different things that you can pull from that. And then this one, a lot of y'all might not know, but I was so
Is this the last one?
Yeah.
This is the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, drum roll.
Is Double Trouble Toiling Trouble. Wait, did I say that?
Double
Double Trouble Toiling Trouble.
Toiling
This
Trouble.
was the Mary Kate and Ashley series. Do you remember Mary Kate and Ashley from Full
I
House?
do, yes, I do.
Hey, they made so many movies, and I was like a super fan. And I watched every movie that they made, and they always made things that come out around the holidays. And I just absolutely loved those two girls. And then they grew up on me along as I was growing up as well.
Why they gotta do that?
So
I mean, it's like
introduce those
on.
to your kids. I mean,
Double Trouble, Toiling Trouble.
yeah, there you go. So that's my list. So now, what is
Oh,
the
I've
one?
got okay. This is my go-to. This is probably my.
Is it on this list?
It is not. No,
Okay.
it is not on that list. You missed this one, and this one is a classic Halloween. One of the things I always remember about Halloween growing up is my mom and dad, they would always decorate the house. They would pull out their little, it was like cardboard cutouts and things like that. That we had a witch, we had the just the pumpkin with the faces on it, and we'd put those all up over the house. And I love that. I love that time of the year. I always go back to that. And Halloween for me always brings me back to that kid. I always kind of feel like that kid. And one thing that always stands out to me on Halloween with movies is Garfield.
What the?
Garfield Halloween.
What the
If you have
world?
never seen Garfield Halloween, that is, this is an old classic.
I'm sure I have, but
Him and Otis, they go on this adventure. It's a Halloween adventure, and I'm telling you, it is one of my favorite Halloween
Okay.
shows there. I just, I loved those some of those old cartoons, and I'm not even into cartoons anymore.
That makes sense because he wanted this whole episode to be Halloween cartoons, and I was like, what the world does that even mean?
Because that is just, you take me Halloween, and I'm always thinking about that movie. That movie, and just how it takes me back to a kid.
So it was the cartoon, not when they made it into
no.
people.
This is well before that. Yeah, this had to have come out late 80s or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it was the Garfield's Halloween. Yeah, it was like a special edition. And I remember it'd come on, back whenever it was local channels and stuff like that. So they would play that at a certain time before Halloween every year. And it was on our calendars. We would just clock it. Me and my brother would just sit there and be all into it. So yeah, no, that was good. And then of course you had your Charlie Brown and things like that. But that was one of my favorites.
I think we'll have to try to locate that and see if they have it on the old Netflix.
So there
or
you
Hulu
go.
Or anything.
Maybe there's something like that for you. So it's kind of, maybe that you could bring back out and relate with your kids and be like, hey, watch, check this out. This is one of my favorites when I was growing up. And, they'll probably laugh. They'll laugh a little bit because, the graphics have changed a lot, but that's okay. And you might even watch it and you hadn't seen it in a while, and you might be like, why did I get into that? I don't understand. And that's okay too, because it's always fun going back down memory lane and sharing that with your family.
Man, such good ideas. And that's the whole purpose here, is to take these things and create new memories, things that maybe mean something to you, or it's just you guys, you're creating it all together off of something new and hype happening right now. But just adding in these little tiny details can create these memories. Like Randall is saying, just this simple fact of his parents taking time and decorating in the house with these different things around Halloween time and writing this date on the calendar, because back then, you couldn't just watch shows whenever you wanted to.
We got like TV little guides and stuff. You had to flip through and see what was coming on.
You missed it.
You did. It was
till next year. So taking these things and running with it. We've gave you plenty of ideas. Let Google and Pinterest be your best friend, and then just have fun with it.
And sometimes it's even good to ask the family, like, hey, let's do a movie night. We'll do a theme. We'll kind of come up with that. What would be some good ones? And then y'all do process of elimination, get it all down to maybe the top 3, and then everybody votes on it or something like that. You make it a family fun thing as well. But this is what really creates those memories. This is what really forms strong families whenever we're doing these things and having a lot of fun. Oh, you got another idea. You are. Wow. Oh, Kat is happy.
Okay.
Kat is excited. She just had another one, and you're getting it for free.
When my friend, because this is a process of elimination. This is when you have to choose something. My friend taught me this when it comes to choosing restaurants for your family. But it is just genius when it comes to making choices, because you hate, especially in a blended family, one kid says this, one kid says that, and anytime you have to make a final decision, it comes to who do you love more, and that's not the case, but that's what it feels like when it's divided like that in your blended family. So the way this game works, it works picking a restaurant, it'll work picking your movie theme.
Or anything else.
Or anything that you need to make a decision on. However many people you have in your family, you pick one more of those things. So say you have 5 people in your family. You choose 6 movies. 6 different movies. Put them on the list. Now, each person takes one away. So Randall would take one away, I would take one away, and then we'd let each of our kids take one away. And you come down with just one movie left over that maybe not everybody would love and picked, but it's also the one they didn't hate, because they got to take that one away.
That is true. So process of elimination, make it a game, and that way it's fair and fun. Yeah. And if you have problems with who's going to go first, put some numbers in a hat and have everyone draw for a position, just like you would do for fantasy football. There you go. Yeah. Boom. Solved a lot of arguments right there. It's like, hey, we're
got
fair.
That one for free.
This is a democracy, guys. We're all going to have a voice and a say in this, except
There we
I
go.
am the king, and the king gets final say. So there it is.
Sure.
There it
Get a
is.
crown and stick it on and say, my way goes. But I go against.
There you go. So
Overthrow
hopefully
the
this
king.
has given you a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
Pick a movie, though. Make it a theme. Let this be part of your Halloween. And maybe your family loves it so much, y'all do it again next year, and it becomes a tradition. Family
Love
tradition. So there you go. Listen, we love you guys. Have a safe and happy Halloween. We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye. Thanks for joining us today. We hope this episode has been a blessing and encouraged your family journey.
Make sure you stay connected with us and join our weekly Blended Family newsletter. We send an email out every Friday morning full of support and encouragement.
And when you join, we also want to give you a free gift. So go get yours today. The link is in the show notes below.
Have an amazing day. Remember to enjoy the journey with your blended family, and we'll see you on the next episode.